Kartrutantra. In karma, I have a choice how to hold this tissue. I can hold it this way, I can hold it this way, whatever way I want. I can ask you that you please take the tissue. You may take, may not take, may ask somebody closer, just pass it on please. And whatever is there, you know this, you must have heard, and there is there in Gita. Knowledge is Vastu Tantram, means Vastu decides how it should be known. Karta has no say. Second thing about knowledge, it is choiceless. You have a choice in taking this tissue from my hand if I ask you to come. But if your eyes are open, okay, and mind is open also. Sometimes in Vedanta class, people have to pull the shutter. I mean, because feeling dozy, some people get sleepy. If the mind is awake, eyes are open, and this object is within the capacity, range of your perception. If I put it 1 mile away, it's a different thing. Gneya Padartha is within the scope of pramana. Pramana means of knowledge. And you, the pramata, is there. And the operation of pramana also takes place. Then you have not choice but to see. Try. I am showing you this tissue. Look at my hand and try not to see. You cannot. You are helpless. Unless you close the eyes. That means you stop the pramana vyapar. Even if I say, suppose, look at this tissue, new tissue, I am doing magic. This is now red. You cannot see it as red. However, Shraddha you may have on Swamiji. Because I am Paramatma. Even if original Paramatma comes, suppose here sitting Krishna with flute and this Mayur picture, and he tells, what will you doubt? I think this is a fake Krishna. Am I right? Suppose suddenly Krishna comes here and says, look at this red tissue. You will doubt some magician Krishna is there, not original Krishna. Choiceless. You surrender to eyes, not to Krishna. You may oblige Krishna saying, it is red. Like that princess cloth, that story in English. Everybody says it looks nice. But they know. The knowledge is that it is not there. Clothes. Similarly, there is a knowledge. This is white. Vastu decides. Not even Krishna. Not even Bhagavan. And you are helpless. You may want to oblige Krishna. My Krishna says, still let me believe. It is a belief, not a knowledge. This is true nature of knowledge. Therefore, back home, when you go to Chennai and pass by certain areas, you pick up some scents. At that time you remember Ramdev. Wish I had learned some pranayamas and avoid that smell. You cannot. Those jhabadpattis you pass by, you pick up. If this is true for knowledge, if mobile rings, you will hear the ring. Because ears are there. Working ears. Pramanam is there, samartham. Pramata is there, knower. Prameya, the sound or the mobile is there, you will hear. Same for this. Similarly, if Vedanta is Pramanam, and there is a Samarth Guru talking, Shastravid Guru talking, Brahmanishta, Shrotriya Brahmanishta Guru teaching, Yatantaha aham, Yatnamanopi. I am the one who is striving, who wants to know Jignasupi. Knowledge should take place. It doesn't take place. Nainam pashyanti. Kaschit pashyati, kaschit na pashyati. Second chapter verse. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Ascharyavat chaina manya shrunoti. Shrutvapi enam na pashyati kaschit. Shrutvapi. That means what? This is my word. Okay, this is not a right word, but my word to explain. Some secondary pramanam is necessary. For that mula pramana to work, like the person has some liver problem, some operation has to be done, but doctor will touch the patient only if diabetes is some manageable range. That's a secondary thing you have to address first. Then this will come. So also, it is a buddhi where the knowledge is to take place. Brahmakar vritti, akhandakar vritti has to take place in buddhi. That buddhi has to have certain composure, certain attitudes. Then knowledge will work. And therefore, and that thing is values. Therefore, Bhagavan calls this value as gnana in a secondary sense. Etat gnanam iti proktam. This is gnana. The vyakhya of the word gnanam is gnayate anena iti gnanam. These are the values by which you will be capable enough to operate the pramanam. Or pramanam will be phaladai. What is phalam of pramana? Moksha. What is moksha? Discovery that I am Anand. In other words, what is the phalam of pramana? Elimination of that bhatti. Swamiji, I understood Atma is Ananda, but that but comes. Swamiji, I understand Jagat is Mithya, but I am Akarta, but all but comes. And there is a typical long but, because you cannot as though actualize the vision. In a controlled atmosphere, when you go to class and teacher is kushalta, Ashcharya Vakta Kushalanusishta, Yamraja says. He is a Kushala. Kushalta in terms of using the words, in terms of communicating Shastra. And you have Shraddha, in the classroom you see the truth. You cannot hold the truth. And to hold it, adhikaritvam is necessary. It is like, her Gujarati there is a saying, Simhan means lioness. To take the milk of lioness, your vessel should be of gold. Suvarna patra mein hi lioness का दूध ले सकते हैं, otherwise it will break the patra. There is a proverb. This is called unverifiable belief. Okay, कौन लेने गया था? Well, lioness is pregnant. I mean, she has a baby. Who milked the lioness? Let me know first. Then we will talk of that vessel. But saying, but it is, what, like, I have a better example. This, in our country, they compulsorily send doctors to villages. New doctors who study in government colleges on a very, very subsidized fees, they have to work in villages. And generally there is professional compatibility, they look for that only. Doctor looks for doctor, IT fellow looks for IT fellow, and they leave. So they, while doing their masters, they got engaged and they married, and then sometimes they had to go to village and they packed up and saw the house and rented and then went next day. So this fellow had a habit of reading newspaper, and so he had carried the Times of India previous day because he didn't get time because packing and shifting. And they had a break for Sunday and Monday to start. So that fellow woke up and then was reading, and she woke up and he asked for a tea, and he said, I'll make tea, but this is not a gas. She tried this matchstick, but I need some fire. So then only I can light up this wood and charcoal. So get some fire from the neighbor. So he was in typical Bermuda and t-shirt and went to neighbor, and with the reading Times of India, put it in a back pocket and went. And they were happy. Arey sahab, villagers get very respectful. Doctor sahab, आइए साहब चाय पिए. नहीं चाय तो घर पे. अरे बहन जी को बुला ही लीजिए. या नहीं वो बना रही है, जरा खाना. अरे आज हमारे वहाँ खाना खाओ. Villagers are large-hearted in feeding. He says no, because city boy, cannot etiquette. So they said, तो क्या आए? तो बोले चारकोल दे दो. So lady said, okay, I am giving you. He just stood outside because manners, So she brought it. I said, किसमें ले जाओगे? Have you brought the way? Wait, I'll bring something from inside. No, I have Times of India. She looked at him and understood this is a city. Metro born, metro grown up guy. She said, sure? He said, yeah. She gave. By the time he turned over, it fell. Even if it was New York Times, at least some steps it would have survived. So the Indian Times of India, 12 pages and paper being what it is, it cannot hold. Same thing in a class. Before we pick up the chappal, Ananda goes away, Krodha comes in. Who shifted my chappal from here to there? So Mithyatvam goes away, some Satya chappal comes up. Because that is the Times of India mind. That patrata, the fire is a knowledge. That's why we have this cloth. This is the color of light, sun and fire. This symbolizes lifestyle committed to knowledge, pursuit of knowledge and spreading knowledge. Anyway, coming back to this, the knowledge cannot be held also. That patrata is through values. It converts your patram into Swarna patra. Then you can held the milk of lioness. That Vedanta Kesari, they call it, Garjanti Jambuka Vipine Yatha, Yavanna Garjanti Vedanta Kesari, there is a sloka. So, this Vedanta knowledge needs patrata. And that comes by values. In other words, Not only values, certain attitudes also. That will come. Acharopasanam, Shaucham, Sthiryam, Atma Vinigraha, etc., etc. That certain attitudes and values. Now, two things fundamentally needs to be understood. These values are not something arbitrary. That is expression of Atma. Understand? Like the same Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, how does it manifest in Vyavahara? Suppose someone asks you that Sthita Pragnasya ka bhasha, Samadhistasya Keshava, Sthitadihi kim prabhasheta, kim asita, kim vra. How does he talk? How does he respond? He or she? How can you describe a wise man? How can we know the wise man? That means what is the natural expression of fullness? Anantata. What is the natural expression? If someone asks you, what is the expression of Brahmagnani? Think of Swamiji. You have the answer. What is the expression of Brahman? Compassion. The fullness will express as a what? Compassion. Love. Care. I told this. When we had to talk about some 2-3 places. See, one thing is, I was touched by Pujya Swamiji. There is a word called Vashi. Swami. He was a real Swami. He used to tell that I got angry somewhere in 1967-68 on Madurai railway station when I was a brahmachari. That kind of vashitvam he had. And I always used to tell, I have never seen a person who has never said sorry to anybody. Not that I am Donald Trump. He doesn't mean to say that. Not as a president. But he never uttered something by which he has to be apologetic. He never did something which hurt another person and thereby he has to say sorry. Worship. Like that live interview. You might have heard this in the millennials time. A lot of things are going on, millennia, as though unless you welcome, year will not come. It will come whether you welcome or not. So, that millennia time, he had some live interview in US.
Sorry, Swamiji.
No, it's okay.
See, I'm not doing what Donald Trump did. I'm saying sorry.
So, that interviewer was a little, you can say, not too happy with beard and orange and all that. So he cornered Swamiji. He said, he first asked, what is your view about Gandhiji? Do you believe in him? Obviously he had a respect for Gandhiji. Swamiji said, yes, and he was Mahatma, living life of ahimsa. So he praised him. Then this fellow asked him, जने को बकरी डिब्बे में, then बंद किया, shutter. वो क्या बोलता है? बोले, I have heard this statement of Gandhiji. If someone slaps you on one cheek, you should give the other one. You should offer the second one. What is your take on this? So, Swamiji had this pratyutpanna mati. immediate grace. So he said, he was narrating. I'm sure this much time it did not take.